Welcome, everybody, to Ask a Wizard. So this is one of the guys, my boy, Tom, and a whole bunch of other people are like, Tyler, you got to record this stuff down. You live this incredible, crazy life. You're literally a wizard. And you just walk around, and you've made my dreams come true. And I tell everyone about it, and they don't believe you. They don't understand it. They think I'm insane. And that's kind of the whole point. That's why this exist is because I just saw myself in the camera. I don't even believe it half the time. It's crazy. And yet here I am. And so why am I here just hung out with the yoga girls, with my beautiful wife, drinking Better Buzz, matcha, quite delicious. Got banana infusion. And what is it about what I'm doing that works? Well, I believe that I was sent here by God, Lord Jesus Christ, to make your guys' dreams come true. And so whenever I'm around other people, I try to figure out what your dreams are. Most of you don't know what they are, so that's kind of a problem. And then I go from there and then proceed to try and make those dreams come true. That's about it. I'm going to pause right now because this thing is just spazzing out and it's worrying me. Okay, I got the audio fixed for you. Now it's not going to be so buzzy. So basically the deal is I meet people in life and I make their dreams come true. And then I just do that. That's my hobby. My hobby is making people's dreams come true. And I constantly, and cannot state this enough, manifesting isn't real and it's wrong. And people are like, but that's what it feels like. Like I talk to you and then my life becomes my dreams. And this isn't just, random people. We're talking business owners who are like, I talked to Tyler 6 months later, my company now has double its revenue in net revenue. Like the cash I get to keep has doubled since I started talking to this weirdo who dresses like this all the time. How? What's the secret? Well, it really comes down to the fact that it's all you. It's really you. And so I'm going to get these ideas out, not because I think anyone will ever get them. I don't think anyone will ever care, frankly. I feel like I am doing this under duress, okay? The owls are forcing this out of me. They're like, please, Tyler, we need something to send people so they understand what you're doing. So this is a long-winded thing. Like, Tom has offered to edit these for me because he's like, Tyler, people need to hear this. So here we are. If it sucks, that's all on me. That's not on Tom. I mean, I'm giving him not very much to work with. So how it all starts. The first thing you have to understand, and I'm going to have to repeat this to you probably 650,000 times, and you probably still won't get it. You are in a dream right now. We all are. I know you're awake. I hope you're awake, but you're in a dream right now. This is a dream. You're dreaming while awake. And the problem is you don't know that you're dreaming. So me over here, not in your dream, you're over here and it's like, Tyler, the salmon's going to get me. And I'm like, bro, the salmon's not going to get you. That's all I'm doing. It's just, I'm not in your dream. So it's super easy for me to see that you're not actually being eaten by a salmon. And then to take it a little step further, I have maybe a borderline supernatural ability to pop into your dreams. And I don't just do that. I go, hey, what if we turn this salmon into some nigiri? And then we eat the sushi and then you're happy and your whole life becomes wonderful in your dream. That's all I'm doing. Now, the way that this works, I figured out by reading a bunch of people way smarter than me and kind of just mushing it all together. And the first one is Carl Jung. So Carl Jung identified that there are 8 cognitive functions in your brain. And you can think of these, or at least I do, because I'm kooky, as different dimensions of reality. More or less, you could call it 4 dimensions of thinking, feeling, sensing, and intuition. Technically, it is 8 because there's inner and external. So TETI, internal thinking, external thinking, SESI, inner, external material status, and then feelings, FEFI, and then NENI, intuitive, internal intuition, external intuition. So there's these 4 quadrants. And the thing is we tend to lock into just one type and we stay there because we're good at it. So whatever our default way of being is, we call that reality. And it's not reality. It's one lens of reality. And it's a good one for you. You've practiced it. You've used it. You've gotten good at it. And so you drill it over and over and over again. And it produces a lot of great results for you because you've practiced it. But the problem is it's not the right tool for every job. So you're sitting there thinking about feelings, and because you're thinking about feelings, you're actually making them worse, because feelings and thinkings are alternative dimensions that are actually the opposite of each other. Thinking about feelings actually makes everything worse, like way worse for feelings. So what you have to understand is it's not that thinking is good or feeling is bad or vice versa. It's that they're literally different dimensions, different rules, different everything. The laws of logic have no bound in the laws of feeling. It's just not the same thing. The laws of physics are different from the laws of story and narrative and symbols. The material realm is reproducible. This is the unique quality of the material realm, is that if I move the pen here, it stays here. If I go and I leave, if I just take a gun, blam, and I'm gone, you come in, I'm going to be dead on the ground, and the pen's still going to be here. Why? Because it's the material realm, okay? So that's the physical, and that's the key nature of the material. This is only one little tiny slice of reality. That's one. That's SE. That's it. There's 7 other dimensions out there, and they're just as real, just as true, but are they true? Some of these things, that truth doesn't even make sense. It's not. What is the logic of orange? Doesn't make any. It's not. The wrong rules, wrong dimensions. And so where most people, and this is what Aristotle got so freaking right, took me like 3 months of reading this one book. It was 23 pages long to even understand what that genius was saying. It's called Categories. But like 90% of everything that everyone is babbling about in the internet, and it just drives me insane. That's why I don't do your little internet anymore. I just sit there, I post, and I'm out. And then if I get comments and DMs, I respond. But I only watch, and this, you can check me on this. Here, I got my phone right here. I'll prove it. I only watch Beagle videos. That is my exclusive source of content. Take a look. Look at that proof. Look at that proof. Baby hippo. Oh no, Hormozy popped up in my feet. Oh, get out of here, Hormoz. Hold on, I gotta repopulate. Look at that. Those are beags for days. Look at that. That's a good beag. Oh yeah, beaging it up. This is all I watch, and so I beag it up, and I have a good time, and I stay out of this internet realm because all you guys are doing is sitting over here going like, what does 2 + 2 feel like? And the logic people are like, what is the logic of love? And you're like, nothing is happening. And then they just yell at each other and feel like they made a point. And they don't. They haven't made any points. They've said nothing. And so this is the realm that I live in, is everyone's walking around in little dreams. And I'm lucid dreaming. That's basically my superpower, I think. I'm lucid dreaming, and everyone else is still in the normal dreaming. That's what it feels like. And sometimes I get sucked into dreams too, and that can be fun. I like to pop into people's dreams and go with the vibe, but I never really got the dream world thing. I think my brain a little broken. I think I got a little tweak. My dad always said when I was a baby, I was bouncing, you know, those bouncy chairs, and I was just getting it. And then the claw fell out and knocked me in the head. And I was like, oh man, I think that knock right there, I think that set me free. And that is who I became. Or at least that's what my father claims. And so that is how I'm walking around. And I see people in dreams, and then I see lots of people are putting themselves in nightmares for no reason. And I'm like, what are you doing that? It's like the world's going to end. It's on fire. The pollution, AI, it's coming for me. I'm going to die. The ants are under my skin. And I'm like, hey, look, woo, happiness, joy. What do you want to do? What's your dreams? Woo! And then their life is just boom, Disneyland. And they're like, how did you do this, Tyler? You've made my life a dream. And I'm like, I literally just talked to you. That's all I did. And what do I do? So logic brain was like fixated on what's all bad, what's the bad, what's bad, what's bad, what's bad. And I'm like, hey, let's imagine all the things that are positive. What are all the things that could be good about what's happening right now? And how could we feel better knowing that in the material world, we can take actions today that will make a future that changes the things that you're freaking out about? Oh, click. And then the problem is solved. That's all I'm doing. And I do that for people. And then they're like, you changed my life. And that's just had it last week. Girl comes in. She's like, I've been stuck 11 years. I've been trying to escape this make this business grow and transform. And it's like, oh, okay, here, let's talk for an hour. Bam. Now she's on track from 11 years of basically net zero on the profit to 85 to 115,000 on track for that. All she has to do is pass a single test. She's got all the connections ready. They were all there. Now for her, she feels like, well, the wizard manifested this, but I didn't. Everything she needed was already there. There's an infinite amount of data available, and it's not truly infinite, but nearly infinite amount of data to work with. But your brain is fixating on a very small little tiny little pinhole of it, and you're not seeing the bigger picture. And so once you start looking at the assets that are available to you, this is what creates this first illusion of manifesting. The reason you're able to manifest is because you're simply thinking about your problem in multiple different perspectives until you find the perspective that is 1, true, and 2, useful. You gotta have both. Most people are like, I found another reason I suck. And you're probably right. I could probably find a nearly infinite number of reasons why you suck. But I could also find an infinite number of reasons why you could still make it work and that you can actually use. Doesn't matter if Tyler's the best. I'm the best. I'm the best. That doesn't do anything. That's useless. It is true, but it's not useful. And so you gotta pick both. And so I just help people do this. Now, far be it for me to tell you how to live your life or what to do. I don't do any of that. I'm too stupid. I don't know nothing. How should I know what you should do with your life? So I just ask you. And that's what's so cool is that when you have a problem, the reason you have that problem is because you actually know what the answer is. And your unconscious mind knows the answer. You just haven't uncovered it yet. Now, before you go, oh, he's using abstractions, the unconscious. You're right. Let's unextract it. What is the unconscious? When you're in that cognitive realm, right? The 7, you got 7 other functions going on. You're in 1. So you're in TI. Let's say you're in thinking mode. Think. Everything that isn't TI is the unconscious. It's really not that mysterious. Like, there's so much of you that's unconscious right now. You're not thinking about the sensation that's in your hand right now. But now that I brought it to your attention, you are noticing it, which has left your attention away from the feeling on the back of your neck that you're starting to feel spread across your body. Do you see what's happening there? I'm just taking your attention, the conscious, and I'm moving it here, and I moved it here. So that's what's happening. It's not magic. It's not special. It's not mind control. That's not a real thing. I'm simply getting you to have more cognitive awareness of whatever it is that you happen to be trying to achieve. I like to make dreams come true. So that's my thing. I'm the guy who makes dreams come true. And there ain't nobody on earth who can do it like the wizard can. That is a 1 of 1 wizard making dreams come true. So why? The fact that you have a dream means that you can make the dream come true. But the problem is your dream is probably not your dream. You have to dig in and figure out what your dream actually is, because dreams don't live in logic. Dreams don't live in the material. Dreams live in the intuition, which are abstractions and symbols. So we have to go in there and break them out, and then they're usually fueled by emotion, and pull out the abstraction and use that to find the logic. What is the logic of the abstraction? And then pull those into material actions. Now, when you do this, what's really cool is that your brain just locks in. You get locked in like no one could believe, and it literally feels like your life is just transforming. When you set the material actions that must make your dreams come true based on logic, like it would be unreasonable if you did X for your dreams to not come true over a long enough period of time. Your brain goes, wait a minute, we could actually have this life. And what's crazy is your life just starts magically transforming before your very eyes to become this dream reality. Now, what you'll find is as soon as I make your dream come true, like sometimes it's in a week, few months, hours, depending on how small or big your dream happens to be, you'll find out that your dream was kind of tiny. You had a baby dream. And so, or the dream you had was dumb, was not the right dream, or it wasn't satisfying enough. And so then you just have another dream, and then you just do it all again. You don't have to go lucid. That's not a requirement at all. In fact, I think it's a detriment in a lot of ways. It's very hard for me to fit in society because of that. But it's very useful to be able to just live the dream you want. And that's how you do it. So that's the first step to understanding this. The next step to understanding everything is what I call the theory of paracosms, first presented at Oxford University when I was 18 years old at the Autonomous Learning World Caucus. And that's another topic for another day. But you're going to learn what a macroparacosm is and a microparacosm. But in a nutshell, paracosm is the waking dream that you're in right now. But that's a topic for another day. Hopefully this is enough to satisfy you and the owls and to keep everyone happy and to know that I am still alive and that I am having a great time. Thank you all for tuning in. Peace.